First contact in crisis. The Corvette-class research vessel, Stellar Horizon, drifted through the void, its sleek hull reflecting distant starlight. Chief Researcher Vera adjusted her atmospheric suit's settings as she studied the mysterious structures floating before them. After 3 decades of searching for signs of ancient civilizations, her team had finally found something remarkable. Energy signatures are unlike anything in our database, she reported, her 4 eyes blinking in sequence as she processed the readings. These ruins must be at least 50,000 years old, yet they're still maintaining some kind of power field. Captain Nex chittered in agreement, his crystalline exoskeleton catching the light from the bridge's displays. The Arcturians had built their reputation on careful, methodical exploration. This discovery would cement their standing in the Galactic Scientific Council. Beginning detailed scan sequence, announced Technical Officer Zur from their station. Their gelatinous form rippled with excitement as they interfaced with the ship's sensors. Detecting unusual quantum fluctuations in the ship lurched violently. Warning klaxons blared as emergency lights bathed the bridge in crimson. Multiple system failures. Zur's normally composed voice wavered with alarm. Main drive is offline. Life support compromised. Whatever's in those ruins, it's affecting our technology. Captain Nex moved with practiced efficiency, but even he couldn't hide his concern. Their ship, designed for research rather than emergencies, was dead in space. The nearest Arcturian outpost was weeks away at maximum speed, which they no longer had. Emergency beacon activated, First Officer Krell announced, her serpentine form coiling anxiously around her station. But we're far outside regular trade routes, even if someone picks up our signal. A new alert cut through the chaos. Unknown vessel approaching, Zur announced. It's coming in fast, really fast. The bridge crew watched as a ship appeared on their screens. Its design was unlike anything in their databases, blocky, over-engineered, with multiple redundant systems visible on its hull. It looked less like a spaceship and more like a mobile fortress. "We're being hailed," Krell reported, surprise evident in her voice. A deep, resonant voice filled their bridge. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth Emergency Response Vessel Thunderchild. We picked up your distress signal. Status report." The bridge crew exchanged glances. Humans. They'd all heard stories about the Deathworld species that had recently joined the galactic community. Some called them reckless, others barbaric. But right now, they were the only hope the Stellar Horizon had. "This is Captain Nex of the Arcturian research vessel Stellar Horizon. We've suffered catastrophic system failure after encountering ancient ruins. Life support is failing. We need immediate assistance." "Understood, Stellar Horizon. Prepare for emergency docking. We'll have you out of there in no time." As the human ship maneuvered alongside them, the Arcturians got their first close look at their rescuers. The Thunderchild's hull bore scars from previous missions, yet it moved with precision that belied its tough exterior. Watching it approach, Vera realized that perhaps their salvation lay not with the elegant, refined ships of their own people, but with these newcomers who built their vessels like they built themselves, ready for anything the universe might throw at them. The docking procedure was surprisingly gentle for such a formidable ship. When the airlock cycled, the Arcturians got their first in-person look at humans. Captain Chen led her team aboard, their environmental suits making them look even more imposing. Yet when Chen removed her helmet, her smile was surprisingly warm. "Let's get your ship stabilized," she said, already directing her crew to critical systems. "Whatever's in those ruins has quite a kick, but we've seen worse. Nothing we can't handle." As the humans moved through their ship with practiced efficiency, the Arcturians began to understand why these Deathworlders had survived their harsh home planet. Every challenge was met with immediate, practical solutions. Every problem was treated as just another puzzle to solve. Their rescue, it seemed, was just the beginning of what promised to be a fascinating cultural exchange. Assuming they all survived whatever the ruins had in store for them. The human response. The Thunderchild's engineering bay hummed with activity as human technicians worked alongside the Arcturian crew. Chief Engineer Maya Rodriguez moved with practiced ease in the high-gravity environment, her hand steady as she examined the stellar horizon's damaged systems. The Arcturians watched in amazement as she casually lifted equipment that would have required mechanical assistance for their species. "Your ship's beautiful," Maya commented to Technical Officer Zur, her eyes bright with professional interest. "Never seen quantum matrices configured quite like this. Elegant solution for a low-gravity species." She paused, considering the damaged components. "But maybe a bit too elegant for this situation." Zur's gelatinous form rippled with curiosity. "What do you mean?" "You've optimized everything for efficiency. Minimal power draw, minimal mass, minimal redundancy." Maya gestured at the exposed systems. "Works great under normal conditions, but leaves you vulnerable when things go wrong. We humans learned the hard way to build in backups for our backups." The conversation was interrupted by Captain Chen's voice over the intercom. "Engineering, we're picking up more quantum fluctuations from the ruins. Similar to what hit the stellar horizon, but stronger." Maya immediately shifted gears, her body tensing with readiness rather than fear. "Initiating emergency protocols. Zur, I need you to help me reroute power through our auxiliary systems. We're going to shield both ships." The Arcturians observed as the human crew seamlessly transitioned into crisis mode. What amazed them wasn't just the physical capabilities, though watching humans work in gravity that should have crushed them was impressive enough. It was their instinctive response to danger. Not panic, not freeze, but adapt and act. "Quantum shield holding at 80%, reported Lieutenant James Park from his station. "Those ruins are throwing everything they've got at us." Captain Chen's voice remained steady. "Maya, how's our power grid handling the strain?" "Like a champ, Captain. These old ruins pack a punch, but nothing compared to what we dealt with in the Sigma incident." Maya's hands flew over the controls, making adjustments. "Actually, these energy patterns are starting to look familiar. Remind me of some old Earth tech we uncovered in the Mariana Trench." Vera perked up at this, her 4 eyes focusing intently. "You've encountered similar technology before?" "Something like it. Back on Earth, we found ruins under our deepest ocean. Took us years to figure out how to work around the defense systems." Maya grinned. "Humans are pretty good at dealing with hostile environments. Had to be, growing up on a death world." As if to prove her point, another energy wave slammed into both ships. The Arcturians braced themselves, but the humans barely seemed to notice. Their bodies, evolved to handle Earth's punishing gravity and constant environmental challenges, made them surprisingly well-suited for space exploration. "Captain," Maya called out, "I think I see what these ruins are doing. They're not just attacking randomly. They're testing us. Each wave is slightly different, probing for weaknesses." Captain Chen's response was immediate, like an immune system response. "Interesting theory. Can we use that?" "Already on it. Zur here has been helping me analyze the patterns. If we combine their quantum expertise with our experience handling hostile tech." Maya trailed off, her fingers dancing over the controls. The Arcturians watched in fascination as humans and aliens worked together, each contributing their unique perspectives. Where the Arcturians saw patterns and possibilities, the humans saw challenges to overcome. Where the humans provided durability and adaptability, the Arcturians offered precision and insight. "Energy signature changing," Zur announced, their form rippling with excitement. "The ruins, they're responding to our modifications." "Good or bad?" Chen asked. "Neither. More like recognition." Vera moved to the sensor display, as if they're acknowledging our presence. "But why now? What's different?" Maya looked up from her work, a thoughtful expression on her face. Maybe they were waiting for something specific, not just technical capability, but she gestured between herself and the Arcturians. Different species working together, combining our strengths. The ruins pulsed with new energy, but this time it wasn't an attack. Instead, a clear signal emerged from the ancient structure, carrying what could only be an invitation or a challenge. Hidden dangers. The ancient ruins loomed before them, their dark surfaces now alive with pulsing energy. Captain Chen led the joint human-Arcturian exploration team, their shuttle carefully navigating through the debris field. The Thunderchild maintained position nearby, its powerful sensors scanning for any signs of danger. Approaching primary docking point, Lieutenant Park announced from the pilot's seat. His hands moved steadily over the controls despite the increasing gravitational distortions around them. These gravity wells would tear apart most ships. Vera monitored her instruments, her 4 eyes rapidly processing data. The structure's internal mass doesn't match its visible size. There must be significant spatial manipulation technology at work. The shuttle shuddered as they passed through another gravity wave. The humans barely noticed, their bodies naturally compensating for the shifts, while the Arcturians relied on their specialized stabilization harnesses. Getting strong energy readings from that central chamber, Maya reported, pointing to a massive doorway that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Similar to what hit the stellar horizon, but more controlled. The team secured their environmental suits before entering the structure. The human suits were noticeably bulkier, designed to withstand extreme conditions that would never occur on the Arcturians' homeworld. Captain Chen took point, her suit's enhanced sensors probing the darkness ahead. "Watch your step," she warned as they entered the main chamber. "Floor plates look unstable." The warning came too late. A section of flooring collapsed under Technical Officer Zur, but before they could fall into the abyss below, Maya lunged forward. Her enhanced muscles, evolved for Earth's punishing gravity, easily supported Zur's weight as she pulled them to safety. "Thank you." Zur's form rippled with gratitude. "How did you react so quickly?" "Earth instincts," Maya shrugged. "When you grow up somewhere everything's trying to kill you, you develop quick reflexes." The chamber suddenly hummed to life around them. Holographic displays materialized, showing star charts and technical diagrams unlike anything they'd seen before. The ruins' automated defense systems activated, filling the air with deadly energy beams. "Everyone down," Chen commanded, but the humans were already moving. They positioned themselves between the Arcturians and the defense systems, their reinforced suits absorbing hits that would have vaporized their alien colleagues. "Maya, can you access that control panel?" Chen called out, returning fire with her plasma rifle. "We need to shut this down." Maya sprinted across the chamber, dodging energy beams with inhuman agility. The Arcturians watched in amazement as she reached the panel, her fingers flying over the ancient controls while maintaining perfect balance despite the fluctuating gravity. "These systems are quantum-locked," she shouted back. "Zur, I need your expertise here." Working together, human and Arcturian interfaced with the ancient technology. Maya's crisis-honed instincts complemented Zur's deep understanding of quantum mechanics. The defense systems faltered, then shut down completely. "Remarkable," Vera breathed, examining the now dormant systems. "The ruins weren't just testing our technology. They were testing our ability to cooperate." "Makes sense," Chen said, helping Vera access a data terminal. "Look at these records. The civilization that built this place. They were looking for worthy successors, species that could combine different strengths, adapt to challenges." The chamber's central hologram shifted, displaying a message in multiple ancient languages. As their translation software decoded it, the team realized they'd stumbled upon something far more significant than ancient ruins. "It's some kind of warning," Vera announced, her voice trembling, "about a threat so severe it wiped out their entire civilization. They built these facilities as preparation stations, hoping future species would find them and be ready when the threat returns." The humans exchanged glances, their expressions grim but determined. They'd evolved on a planet that taught them to face every challenge head-on. Now, standing beside their new alien allies, they were ready to face whatever threat the universe had in store. Trial by fire. The ruins' warning proved prophetic sooner than anyone expected. As the joint team worked to decode more of the ancient data, the facility's long-range sensors detected multiple objects dropping out of faster-than-light travel. They were massive, geometric shapes that seemed to absorb both light and sensor scans. 7 vessels, each roughly 3 times the size of the Thunderchild. Lieutenant Park reported, his voice steady despite the implications. Their design matches the threat descriptions in the ruins database. Captain Chen's response was immediate. Maya, what's our status on those ancient defense systems? Partially operational, Maya called back, working alongside Zur at the main control interface. We've managed to integrate some of our technology with theirs, but we're looking at maybe 60% capacity. The Arcturians watched in fascination as the humans shifted seamlessly into combat readiness, where most species would panic at the arrival of an ancient, civilization-ending threat. These Deathworlders treated it as just another challenge to overcome. They're launching smaller craft, Vera announced, her 4 eyes tracking multiple sensor displays. Energy signatures are similar to what disabled the stellar horizon. But this time, we're ready for them. Chen smiled grimly. Maya, deploy those quantum shields you and Zur modified. Park, bring us about. Let's show these ancient threats what happens when they pick a fight with modern humans. The battle began with an exchange of energy weapons that lit up space like a newborn star. The enemy vessels attacked with calculated precision, their weapons designed to disable and destroy. But they hadn't counted on human ingenuity combined with Arcturian insight. Shields holding at 78%, Park reported as another blast rocked the ship. Those modifications are working. Maya's voice came through the comm, excitement evident despite the situation. The ancient defense systems are responding to our presence. They're recognizing us as authorized users. Zur, help me route power to the main array. The ruins hummed to life. Ancient weapons powered by technology barely understood joining the battle. The Arcturians contributed their expertise in quantum mechanics, while the humans provided the raw determination and combat instincts that had kept their species alive on Earth. Multiple impacts on decks, 3 through 5, the ship's AI announced calmly. Hull breach detected. Seal those sections, Chen ordered. Maya, what's your status? Bit busy, Captain. Maya's voice was strained but enthusiastic. Currently hanging upside down in a maintenance shaft, rerouting power while the gravity keeps switching. Just another Tuesday for a human engineer. The enemy vessels pressed their attack, seemingly confused by the resistance they encountered. Their tactics suggested they were used to overwhelming technologically advanced, but physically fragile species. Instead, they faced humans who thrived in crisis, whose bodies and minds had evolved to overcome seemingly impossible odds. They're adapting to our shield frequency, Vera warned, her fingers dancing over the controls. Standard modulation won't work much longer. Then we'll do something non-standard, Chen replied. Maya, remember that crazy idea you had about using the ruins' quantum field to enhance our weapons? The one that might tear a hole in space-time. That crazy idea. That's the one. Make it happen. The humans moved with practiced efficiency, implementing a plan that most species would consider too risky to attempt. But risk assessment was different for a species that evolved on a death world, where playing it safe meant extinction. Quantum field generators at maximum. Zur announced, their gelatinous form rippling with excitement. Energy patterns are. I've never seen anything like this. The Thunderchild's weapons merged with the ancient defense systems, creating effects that defied conventional physics. The enemy vessels, for the first time, showed signs of confusion and even fear. They hadn't expected this level of adaptation, this ability to turn their own advanced technology against them. Direct hit on their flagship, Park reported with satisfaction. Their shields are failing. The battle reached its climax as human determination met ancient technology. The enemy fleet, faced with resistance they couldn't overcome, began to retreat. Their geometric ships disappeared back into faster-than-light travel, leaving behind a profound silence. Legacy of two species. In the aftermath of the battle, the Thunderchild's observation deck offered a stunning view of the ancient ruins, now fully awakened and pulsing with energy. Captain Chen stood with Vera and the others, watching as teams of humans and Arcturians worked together to study and preserve the facility. The ruins database is incredible, Vera said, her 4 eyes tracking multiple data streams simultaneously. The Ancient Ones left us everything they knew about the threat. Their technology, their strategies, even their failures. And their hope, Chen added, watching as Maya and Zur coordinated another series of tests on the quantum defense systems. They believed that different species working together could achieve what they couldn't alone. The Thunderchild's engineering bay had become a fascinating blend of human and Arcturian technology. Maya's team had incorporated quantum matrices into their robust Earth design systems, while the Arcturians learned to add redundancies and emergency protocols to their elegant but vulnerable designs. "Your species continues to surprise us," Captain Nex admitted, his crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the stars. "When we first encountered humans, many thought your aggressive survival instincts would make you dangerous allies. Instead, those very instincts make you invaluable protectors." "Earth taught us a lot," Maya called from her workstation, where she was lifting equipment that would have required mechanical assistance for most species. "When everything on your planet is trying to kill you, you learn to be ready for anything. But more importantly, you learn to help others be ready too." The facility's main chamber had become a joint command center. Lieutenant Park worked with Arcturian navigators to map the quantum signatures of the enemy fleet, while other teams cataloged the ancient weapons and defense systems. The humans' natural adaptability complemented the Arcturians' precision and analytical skills perfectly. "The Galactic Scientific Council needs to see this," Vera said, reviewing their findings. "The threat these ancient ones faced, it's still out there. What we encountered was just a scouting party." "Then we'll be ready," Chen replied with characteristic human determination. "Your species' scientific knowledge combined with our combat experience, we can prepare the galaxy for what's coming." The ruins themselves seemed to approve of this cooperation. The ancient systems responded more readily to joint human-Arcturian commands than to either species alone. It was as if the facility's builders had known that survival would depend on different species learning to work together, combining their unique strengths. "We've mapped the locations of other facilities," Zur announced, their form rippling with excitement. 17 more scattered across the galaxy, each containing different aspects of the Ancient One's knowledge. "A network of preparation stations," Maya mused, studying the map, each designed to test and train whoever found them. "Pretty clever of them, really. Very human way of thinking. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, and make sure someone else can learn from your mistakes." As they prepared to depart, carrying copies of the ancient database and modified versions of the quantum defense systems, both humans and Arcturians knew they'd discovered something more valuable than just advanced technology. They'd found a way forward, a path that combined the best aspects of both their species. "The Ancient Ones faced their threat alone," Chen said during the final briefing. "That was their mistake. We won't repeat it. Humanity's strength has always been in adapting, in taking the best of what we encounter and making it part of ourselves. The Arcturians have taught us as much as we've taught them. And perhaps that's the real legacy here," Vera concluded, watching as the last teams boarded their ships. "Not just the technology or the warnings, but the proof that different species, no matter how dissimilar, can come together to face any challenge." As the Thunderchild and the restored stellar horizon prepared to depart, they carried with them more than just ancient secrets and advanced technology. They carried the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history, one where humanity's determination to survive and protect others would help prepare the galaxy for the trials ahead. The ancient ruins powered down as the ships departed, but they didn't go dark. Instead, they maintained a low-level quantum field, ready for the next visitors who might need their knowledge. The facility had served its purpose. not just as a warning system, but as a catalyst for bringing together species who might otherwise have remained apart. In the end, humanity's greatest contribution to galactic civilization wasn't their strength or their adaptability. It was their ability to face impossible odds without fear, and their determination to ensure that others could do the same. The death world that had shaped them into survivors had also shaped them into protectors, ready to stand with their allies against whatever threats the universe might hold.